and welcome to this next episode. I'm in the right voice now, right?
Yes,
No.
you are.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
good.
Can you imagine if you're back in a robot voice?
My name is
I just have to say that is the most awesome mug ever, Mitch. That is awesome mug.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
And of course, I wasn't looking. Great.
Yeah, show it again.
Well,
Show
it wouldn't
the mug.
apply. It wouldn't apply to you, Tobias, because you're not one. But it
You'll
would
see
apply
the
to
mug
Till.
when you're ready.
It would apply to Till. It would apply to Till. So
I've seen it for years, and I was just like, "Oh, he wouldn't like that." And then also he came, and he's like, "Look at my new mug," and I was like,
No,
"I
Oh.
should have just bought it for you."
you guys misunderstand my needs as a human being. I
There
don't
you go.
care what the
Sorry.
mug says. I care how big it is.
It's true. I have
It
all
can
these
fit
beautiful.
all the vodka that I need for these
I
games.
don't drink vodka. But
All right. Well, yes. Welcome to the show. Absolute chaos. If you didn't see what was going on last week, I suggest you go and check out that episode quickly. It's only an hour long, and then catch up with us today. But briefly, the captain is in a precarious situation, perhaps with Yellow in the medical bay. Let me actually just bring that up. Nova, you are sitting in the helm, ready to jump the ship at a moment's notice.
I am ready.
Rika, you are currently performing repair. I beg your
Repairs,
pardon.
yes. I rolled an 18 for that repair check, by the way.
Ah, fantastic.
I
Fantastic.
remembered we actually didn't mention that last episode, and I looked at my papers and I was like, 18 repair check. What was that? Oh, right.
Yes,
We're
absolutely.
fixing the ship.
The ship is being repaired. That's correct. Now, let me go and check that quickly, because that is quite a lot of repair that you've just managed to get happening there. So it's going to take you for each. You can restore. Okay, so you can roll for me. I'm actually going to say you can roll 4d12 for me, Rick.
It's a 5. That's a 5. That's a 12.
Nice.
And an 8. So 30?
That's how much
My
you
math
managed
is
to restore to the hull of the ship.
That should be to the hull only.
To the hull.
Or
yes.
is that points total?
Well, it'll go into your pool. Yeah,
Ah, okay.
correct. Yeah.
Right. So I can place them sort of where I want.
Correct.
That's,
Captain.
Almost a full repair. Almost.
Almost. Yes. Captain, this stuff has sprayed into your face. You don't feel any different. It smells vaguely of mushrooms. Fresh picked mushrooms, but that sort of fungal aroma. But that's about it. Yellow, your face is against the wall, so you hear this intake of breath from the captain.
Yeah, I feel like I was.
Yes. And then the mask is replaced. Click
Well,
onto-
before he replaced
Oh,
the mask.
Yes.
I feel deeply betrayed. I wanted money.
Just
And although he was giving me that intimate moment of showing me his face, the result was rather disgusting and scary. And I'm already kind of well, it has been an exciting day, so I feel like I'm at the edge of my nerve. So I would like to shoot him in the face if that is possible.
Okay, I want everyone to give me an initiative check, please, as the captain pulls out his... Well, there we go. I rolled a natural 1. He is as shocked as everybody else.
I roll.
All right,
Where's
so
my
yeah, give me
initiative?
your numbers. Let's go. Captain, what did you get?
Yeah, just let me look at my initiative.
There it
Where
is.
can I find it? There it is. I have a 13.
13. Rika?
4 ones. 4 ones. 15.
Wow.
I am not last.
Henry? Henry. Yellow? Why did I call you
Who's
Henry?
Henry?
Where the hell does Henry come from?
That's his true name.
Ah.
You've been reading my Estonia again. I see. All right. 16.
Where did
Really?
Henry?
You had to.
16. And Nova.
10.
I might have to go and have a brain scan because I wanted to call you Kate.
Oh, don't do that.
I don't know why.
The
Oh,
last session
is-
you were
Kate's
mixing
actually, I
up
hate that
voices,
name. It's a
and now
pet
you're
peeve.
mixing up names.
You don't like Kate? Okay.
Legally, my name is Katie, and I always got Kate, and I hate it.
Oh wow.
And that's why I go by Kai now.
This is a deep, wholesome episode that will reveal a lot about
About our real
our
lives.
real people behind yellow. My name is Henry. Not
You're Henry. I'm Henry. I hate Kate.
I hate Kate. Well, there we go. All right. So yes. Well, so that is the round. That is the reactions that will happen once all of this has taken place. Captain, you may make your attack. This is the surprise because I think everybody was surprised just by the facial reactions.
Just
no one,
driving a ship.
yeah,
Nothing's
no one
going
is
wrong.
expecting you to fire.
I mean, if I knew you was going to do that, I would have hit him in the face a long time ago.
Same.
You're muted.
You're muted.
Oh my god, I'm sorry. I feel like I should be rolling an attack now, right?
That's correct.
Yes.
Which
It's blaster, so it's ballistics. So
Yeah,
you
it's
have ballistics as a skill.
and I will put I mean, he's really close and I'm really disgusted and angry, so I will put 3 mental into this.
All right.
That was in 1. With 3 makes it 4 plus ballistics 5.
And then don't you re-roll the 1 and deduct that from your value because you rolled a 1. I'm fairly certain that's a mechanic. If it isn't, then we won't do it. But that should be a mechanic.
Isn't it your
we
system?
do it anyway.
Yeah, it is my system. It's like I've just recoded the system.
I roll a d12 now, and I subtract that number from
Yes,
the 5,
correct.
right? -3.
-3. All right. You're busy pulling your gun out. You're trying to shoot at this figure, but his hand immediately goes for your hand, and it sort of knocks it to the side. So this brings us into initiative. Yellow, you're up first. What are you doing?
So the first thing he says is like, "Oh, my cooking wasn't that bad, Captain." Because when he made that noise, I thought he was referring to the food I gave him earlier. And then I hear the scuffle,
Yes.
and I immediately turn around, and the normal yellow face, obviously still swollen from being slapped the crap out of, goes immediately deadpan. And he just walks up to the jetty and martial arts basically takes him, chucks him over his hip and throws him down. He's like, "The doctor is in." I'm just going to start face feeding him big ham and little ham.
Big fists.
All right. So as you're striding over to him, I need you to make a spirit check for me because you see his face for the first time.
Oh, I thought he put his helmet back on.
No, he didn't have
No,
time
he
because,
was about to, and then he got shot in the face.
Or is about to?
Or he was about to get shot in the face.
Yeah.
Okay, I will make that check. I will burn 1 spirit point for that
Okay.
because I don't got that many of those. Uh-huh. I got a 5.
You got a 5. You're about to punch him, and you just see these worms writhing all over this rotting cadaver that's been held in place by, it looks like, the mucus of the worms itself inside this suit. And
Does it remind me of the Yellow King? Is there a little
It
bit of awe going on
might.
here?
It might, actually. Well, yes, it's a cluster of long black worms that, yeah.
Your god is here.
And I'm like, King? And I just like keep my eyes wide open.
That's what you're doing, Rika.
Well, I'm off preparing things, so I don't think I
That's
even know
right.
this is going on.
No, I don't think so. Yeah.
So
You're
I keep wrenching.
welding and sealing and running repairs. Absolutely.
Yes.
Sure. I
Why do
don't
I
see
always leave when these things happen? You can't take care of yourself, and I'm gone for like what 3 seconds?
Cap Nohu.
Yeah, well, I would like to. Did he knock the gun out of my head?
No. He just
out of my
knocked your
hand?
He just knocked your
Oh,
hand. aside.
okay. In that case, I would like to spin around and try to shoot again.
Make your attack.
That's an
Can't dodge.
11.
11 is definitely a hit. Do your damage.
Sorry, help me. How do I do damage?
That's a great question. My head is spinning. I'm busy doing the review of the other role-playing games at the moment, so it's like it could be a whole bunch of options. There are a whole lot of things it could be. Sorry,
I was
I've got
above
it
his
here.
dodge.
I've
My
got it
weapon,
here.
my awareness modifier, max range. I'm not at max range.
No, so yes,
I have range DN, which says 6 and 10.
yes. So the difference is what you rolled plus any modifier.
11,
Is
yes.
So you rolled 11. You only needed to get a 4, so you do 6 points of damage to him.
There you go.
Your shot blasts through him into that sort of writhing mass of worms. Several dozen of them are vapor. Well, it's a ballistic, so several dozen of them burst and flop around, spewing out this sort of grayish substance. The rest start to try and swirl around the gap that you have made, and there's this very strange sound. It's like spines rubbing against spines. It's a dry kind of sound, quite different from what you'd expect from this very obviously wet creature that seems to emanate from within it.
Do I get the feeling that I have damaged it, or do I have
Yes.
the feeling that this was useless?
No, you definitely get the feeling that it was
Okay.
damaged. Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
In that case, I will back away a little bit and keep firing whenever my turn comes back up.
All right, perfect. So that is you, Nova.
So I was driving the ship, but I'm assuming at some point I heard this gun go off.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. So I'm going to take out my rifle, go to the top of where the door is, open the door, and hunker down on the floor and line up with my rifle down the hallway. So if the Sajeti comes around the corner, I'm going to fire.
I should point out, Nova, that the discharged firearm was within the medical bay. Currently, Yellow and the captain are in the bay with the
Understood.
individual.
Understood, Daisy. Just tell me what you see. Be my eyes for me.
It appears that Daisy has frozen in a pose that might be described as reverence. The captain appears to be attempting to shoot the Sajeti prisoner. The Sajeti prisoner has removed his facial body armor, and I'm no longer detecting any Sajeti on board this vessel. I am, however, detecting a large concentration of unusual animal substance within the medical bay.
All right, and I'm going to page Rika. I'm like, Rika, we got a problem. The Sajeti is apparently dead. The captain fired, and stuff's going on.
Where?
In medical bay.
On my way.
Careful.
So the Sajeti now gets to act. He is going to swing blindly at you, Captain. And I don't roll d20s in this game. Go away.
Oh,
Because it's like,
Hey,
I got a
no
natural,
cheating.
I got a natural 18. I'm like, wait a second.
I feel like guys cheating.
I
Does
feel
anyone
like,
else get a
yeah,
sense
I'm just
guys cheating?
rewriting the rules quickly. It's like change the die.
Guy's
Yeah.
had a bad day. He's trying to make
Yeah.
us all suffer. So he doesn't
Oh my goodness. So yes, that is, he is going to get, he completely fails. There is no ways that he will succeed on that. He rolled a 3. So you can give me a dodge, not a dodge check. Oh, here's the difficulty number. So yes, yeah, he completely fails on that. He sort of strikes out at you, but seems to be blinded by the attack, that sort of thing. Back to top of the round. Back to Yellow.
I look to
Captain, you've received a message.
I look to Captain Ohu and I'm like, what are you doing? Stop! That's my turn.
That's all you okay? Okay. Rika.
Well, how far from the medical bay am I?
25 meters. It's not a big ship.
Can I run that and smack someone in the face?
You can certainly run it and get to the door, no problem at all. So you
In
can
that case,
see
I
what's going on. All right, sure.
I
You-
will run to the medical bay, and as I'm passing through the door, I'm trying to get a quick look on the situation and act on it, basically.
Gotcha. All right, I'm actually going to bring up a map. I think at this point makes the
I would have
most
seen
sense.
Rika run to the door, right? Through my scope of my rifle.
It's a level below you.
Please,
Oh,
no show.
That's why I'll bring up the map for you. So
Oh, I thought it was on the same.
no,
Same
medical.
level.
No, you're
Yeah,
above.
medical's
Oh.
one level below. So yes, this is happening below you.
You're at the top of the stairs.
Yes, but you're hearing all of this chatter going on over the comms because
Okay.
Miss Daisy's opened it all up for you. All right, so you get to the door. You can see exactly. Well, you're not sure what you can see. The captain is trying to shoot the Sagetti. The Sagetti is trying to flail on the captain.
He's trying to worm his way out of here.
People have died for less.
You can just for that comment,
Everyone
you
died.
can
Aw.
you can give me, if you please, because you are from a fairly isolated species. You can either give me an obscure lore or a I want to say biology. Yeah.
Sure. I can do that. Oh, no, I read that wrong. I thought it was a natural 1, but it was a 7, so 8.
8. You have no idea what the wormy thing is that the captain is fighting, but unlike the rest of your compatriots, it possibly looks rather tasty. Actually.
I was just going to say, it looks like food.
Yeah, all those worms. It's like, oh.
Don't eat my god, you monster.
The God Eater. The Devourer of
Oh,
How did you find God? Tasty. Very
it was
tasty.
really delicious.
Tasty.
Cap Nohu, make your attack again. You're trying to shoot him.
Can I do like I would like to while I'm shooting at him? So you tell me if I can do both.
Sure.
I would like to kind of get Yellow to snap out of it, whatever he's just experiencing, while I'm by shouting at him. Basically, I would just issue a command there if possible.
Yes,
I
of
don't know
course.
if I can do a command and shoot.
Yes,
at
you
this.
can. You can,
Okay.
absolutely.
So I will shoot at it and I will say, Yellow, snap out of it. This is I don't know what you're seeing, but the creature is attacking us and I'm ordering you to put it down.
Oof, this is gonna be a tough one for Yellow. This is gonna be
I
a real
know.
hard one for him. Like, oh god.
Okay, and then I will just hopefully hit that thing. Oh yeah, that's nice. That's a 15. Did I do my math correct? Let me check. No, 14. Sorry.
You're not adding any points to it?
I know. I should have said that before, but
Okay, yeah.
I don't add any points to it.
All right. So you say 14? You say 14?
I said 14. Yes.
Okay, perfect. That slams into him again. More of these things get blown off, and everybody that's in that space can see these black worms being literally just expelled out of the corpse frame and splattering against bits of LED screen and terminal and ceiling as the captain is just firing into this mass of worms and things.
Yellow, help me!
Probably can't hear anything because you're shooting a live firearm in a very small room. So I'm probably like, mop.
Nova.
So I'm going to close the door to the cockpit
Right.
and lock it.
Okay.
And then I am going to pull up the screen to the medical bay
Sure thing.
and try to rewind it so I can see exactly what has happened from the point they went to the medical bay to the point the shooting has started. Because
Okay.
I'm not going to make it down there anytime soon, and I don't know what's going to happen with the ship. So I'm going to do that.
Absolutely not a problem. Give me a search check whilst you're watching this, because I'm going to say you can spool through it quite quickly.
Oh no! Wait, they're in the back.
Another 12.
Is that another 12?
The
Hey!
thing is weighted, buddy.
It's
No, it's my lucky dice. These are my new favorite dice.
I'll just go ahead and give a little trade.
Don't touch my dice! Get your lucky yellow hands off my dice.
Okay, you spot the particular way the cameras are positioned. It is for discretion of the patients, of course, but you do spot the moment where the mask faceplate is removed, and then that spray of stuff into the captain's face. And
Okay.
then the captain pulling out his firearm and shooting at this creature, knocking the firearm aside. And then you see Yellow going into his, oh my gosh, it's a deity type of look. So you're now fully appraised of the situation.
Okay, has Rika entered the room?
Not yet. Rika's at the doorway.
I'm gonna Miss Daisy, lock down the medical bay. Do not allow Rika into the room. Lock it down. We might have a contaminant. I have no idea what is sprayed in his face.
I will comply.
Yes. So there is that. Did I skip you, Rika?
No, you didn't. I got to the door.
You
Oh,
got to
well,
the door. That's right. That's right.
I
that's right.
think. I think Nova is last in the round, so it's
Yes.
a new round.
That's right. We are. No, then I did skip you because Ohu's acted twice. So, Rika, as you are about to step in through the doorway, however this works out, the doorway seals shut.
Apologies,
Rika will-
Rika. I have been given orders to seal this door on account there might be a contagion aboard the vessel.
I can see into the medical bay, right?
Yes, you can.
I couldn't see.
Nova, open door. Nova?
No, Rika, don't go in there. Something has been sprayed into the air. Do not enter the room.
I have exosuit.
Then I'll be like, I'll have Daisy seal the doors, like the one on the left-hand side and right-hand side, so Rika can get into the medical bay, but then that area is locked down.
Unfortunately, the stairwells leading from here up lead to the upper deck. So if all of those are sealed, you have no way of getting from the front of the ship to the back of the ship.
I don't want to get to the back of the ship right now. I have no idea what's going on.
I
You're
will
on
attempt
your
to
own.
seal off the ship.
The door opens in front of you, Rika.
I will dive through and body tackle this mass of worms as I'm swinging my giant wrench at it.
Okay, so make your attack as you launch in savagely at this whole thing. It's a very crowded space now. Not a D20.
Still not a D20, no.
Your 20's away.
I have. They're all out of the circle now.
So that's blunt weapon, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's a 12.
You smack into it. Again, worms are just bashed in all different directions. The head now, completely, the hood collapses around itself, and there are just worms sort of peeking out from the neck of this thing, but they're moving very weakly. They don't seem to be doing a hell of a lot of stuff. The body is still standing, however, and blindly flailing at whatever's going on around it. Yellow, back to you.
Captain Ohu, Till, can you please roll me a d12?
Uh-oh.
So I designed this character with two things in mind. Always obey the captain and always obey my god.
Oh.
I'm breaking you.
So this is not an easy conversation.
Yeah.
Let me know what you got.
I've rolled a 9.
I rolled an 8. Okay, so you see Yellow, and then he just screams. He goes, "Ah!" Screams and jumps on top of this creature and pulls it to the ground and takes the medical arm and just starts vacuuming it up. Like doing the suction thing and starts vacuuming up all the worms. And I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, God. I'm so sorry. It's not me. It's the captain. He's the one making me do it.
Okay.
I'm gonna drop 4 points into it,
Sure.
and I think I want to make it a martial arts if that's okay.
I think I was looking at the skills. I'm like, it could be a martial arts. I'll go with that. Sure.
I'm so sorry, God.
The captain made me do it.
Yellow is well trained in vacuum cleaner.
He really is.
He was a janitor before this.
Oh my god, that's actually pretty brutal. 18.
Oh God!
There is a moment where it's as there's a clump of worms which writhe for a moment, and then as it continues to just you siphon up a whole bunch. You can roll 2d12 and that's the damage that happens.
That's my dice.
I need it though. 16.
16. Yeah. The worms get sucked through, and there are a few left on the inside of the suit by the time your action is finished that are still wiggling around, looks like they're trying to crawl back into the slime that held them all together. Rika.
Well, I will start targeting worms.
All right,
Whack.
you just start smashing
Whack.
them.
Whack! Whack! Whack!
You guys are fucking monsters. You guys are monsters. That's how Yellow's acting right now.
Captain Ohu.
Yeah,
Effectively, the creature is dead.
I feel like I will go over to Yellow and pat him on the back and say, look, I'm pretty sure this was not your god. And while I'm saying that, I'm stomping a few of the worms that are still crawling.
How do
on
you
the
know
floor.
that?
I'm pretty
You
sure
don't
it's
know
not your
that.
God.
You just talk. You use your words, and people believe you, and you're trying to make me believe you. But I know the truth.
Let me
I didn't
tell
want to
you,
do what you made me do.
You've put your faith into me, which means that you, to some extent, have shown faith, and I'm pretty sure your God appreciates that. Because you are true to whatever you promised your God to do. I'm pretty sure you somehow promised him to obey your captain, and you did so. So you made your God proud.
Meanwhile,
my
in the
God.
background,
I
clunk.
I thought for a second you were gonna turn around and just like, you put your faith in me and I'm your god now.
That's exactly what I was thinking too.
Yeah, it felt like he was going into that
I'm your
direction,
God
and
now.
I didn't want to.
I was like, this is not good. Yellow does. Yellow gives you a long look, and you can see him. He starts to calm down. He's still crying, and he says, "You wounded me today, Captain, and maybe you'll be second now after Daisy." And he goes and starts cleaning the place.
Mopping up what remains.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. Every time.
You start collecting them.
Can I do an obscure lore check while I'm
Sure.
doing this to see if there's anything that gives me some pause about these creatures?
Okay.
9.
9. No. It's certainly it fit the description of your yellow god.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But that was the terms and definitions of your yellow god was just the bringer, creator, devourer, destroyer of worlds, the usual sort of tentacular sort of stuff. You can embellish as much as you like on that, but that's what you're getting. Rick, now that you've squashed everything.
Not everything. I will try to, possibly not keep one alive, but at least keep one relatively intact so I can at least examine it.
Give
Believe
me
it
a
or not, I'm
luck
indeed a
check.
biologist.
Give me a luck check.
A look check. Okay,
Yes.
well, let's see how that goes. That's a 9.
A 9 versus the universe, which gets a 2. You find one frantically still wiggling around in the suit.
We are in the medical bay. There
You
should
are.
be some form of
Yeah.
like medical equipment.
Oh
So
yeah,
I'm
there's
gonna
specimen
try and-
jars everywhere. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
Also, I'd
going
like to ask
try
a
and
question.
examine this thing.
absolutely. Yes, sir.
Perfect. I would like to examine whatever the remains are, because I felt like we saw the skin of
Yes.
that Sajet. So I feel like, is there a skin bag lying around where still worms are kind of wiggling out?
So as you sort of look at the suit, you realize that probably from the knees down is still standing fairly erect. on its own volition, and the rest is sort of folded around it. And when you look into the pants section, there are still bits of bone that are slowly dissolving in this very dark red sludge liquid, which has filled up the bottom half of the pants of this jetty. And there are bits of skin inside the suit that obviously rotted and just stuck to the inside of the fabric of the suit. But yes, that's what you're discovering.
They must have
Well-
eaten him from the inside out, because we did see his chest earlier.
Correct.
So, yuck.
Yuck. Well, there goes our reward.
Yeah.
And
Xenobiology 15, by the way. I put 3 spiritual points into it. I'm now at. If I spend any more points, I'm going to start falling down.
Yes, so you're going to start studying that. That's going to take you a little bit of time. On the bridge,
Nova, we are being hailed by the Admiral's vessel. He is asking for an update on when the captain is expected to arrive.
This is not the time.
Can you ask him to give me 2 minutes and page me again?
I shall do so.
Thank you. Rika,
Yes.
in the video that I played back, when he lowered his helm, he spewed something at the captain. I don't know if it was spores or bugs, but I don't know how many bugs it takes to start the eating process and it possibly breeding inside. You need to check the captain, and because he was in the area yellow, in case they've been contaminated and infected with these worms, because all I can think of is earwigs right now, and I'm really grossed out.
Understood. Seal the door. Do not
I already
let us
have.
out.
All right, thank you. Be careful and give me updates. I'm being hailed. Captain,
yes.
be safe. Be careful. Okay.
Yeah. I will. Yeah.
Yellow?
Probably.
That's not your god. You did good, man. You did good.
You don't know anything.
But I know you. I know you.
All
All right, and I'm gonna shut down comms and just be like, and getting ready to page the other captain.
alrighty. Captain, what are you doing whilst all of this is going on?
Well, probably I will be patting myself down and like checking if do I feel any different?
No,
Like-
slightly grossed out from the flesh
Yeah.
bag, but
Okay.
otherwise fine.
Okay. Well, in that case, I feel like I don't know what to do. I feel fine. I feel like I've lost a lot of money here.
Technically never had them.
Rika's
It's
doing
too good to be
Rika's-
true, man.
Yeah, it was too good to be true. Rika's doing the examination. Have you finished already?
No.
No.
No. Okay.
According
In
to
that
guys,
case,
that's
I
the
feel
one.
like I will head over to the bridge and, well, inform the admiral.
Captain, I'm afraid
Yes.
you are not allowed to leave this area. It has been
Wait.
quarantined.
By who? Nova, did you lock us in here?
Yes, we've all agreed for quarantine. Rika, myself, and Miss Daisy have all agreed because we have no idea what's been sprayed on you. You're in quarantine.
Well, for how
It could
long?
be
I feel like,
infectious.
yeah, it could. I understand. I feel quite fine right now. For how
COVID
long?
doesn't hit you for 2 weeks, people.
Wait, you're locking me in here for 2 weeks? I feel like the admiral. We're on a clock here, Nova. So
I can take care of it, Captain. I can inform them
Oh.
because we know there was a secondary signal coming from inside their cargo, not their helm. So I
Yeah.
can let him know.
Yes,
You
let
just
them
sit tight
know.
and take care of yourself.
Well, look, our plans failed, all of them, completely. Why don't you play with open cards and tell them that well, don't tell them all of it, but
I will let them know that someone was tampering with their systems and let them know what's happening and say that the power
Yeah.
surges and everything was probably due to the person we picked up.
well, or at least that we've discovered someone here on board while we were trying to get over to him, and that they were tampering with our system, and we learned that they're tampering with their system as well.
Can do, sir.
Okay. So Rika, are you going to run medical checks on us as well? Because I feel like I don't want to sit here for 2 weeks.
If
You'll
you want
slowly
to
be
leave this
eaten
room,
alive.
you will let me investigate you first.
So you're going to stop watching the worm and move over
No,
to...
I'm going to finish with the worm first because I need to know what this worm is before I start looking at the captain.
All right, so that's fine. Yellow, you are still
So
doing
sit
mop
tight,
up.
Mr. Captain.
How do I feel right now? Do I feel fine? Or actually, no, I'm starting to panic. I'm
Okay.
thinking. Oh no, I'm not, am I panicking though? I could have my god inside me, or inside the captain. The best of this is all part of the plan.
You are his god
This
now.
is all part of the plan. Okay, we're good. We're good. He's like just now looking at the captain, going like this.
Oh no, Yellow, why are you looking at me like that?
No reason, Captain.
This is the
I
reverse.
suddenly understand why the universe works the way it does. It was like that time thing I was explaining to that other guy that one time.
Okay.
This is like this
I
weird
want to
reverse
get out of
happening.
here.
There's just this weird reverse.
out of here.
The last time wasn't he your god, and when you were mouse, and now it's reversed.
Yeah.
It's come full circle.
Full circle.
I
The
love it.
circle
There
of
you go.
gods.
All right. Gosh, I don't know who I want to deal with first. Let's go to Nova.
Okay.
Shall I put the Admiral through?
Yes.
The Admiral shimmers into existence. Care to explain the delay of your captain?
Admiral, I am First Mate Nova. We've had a situation come aboard that needs to be addressed on our ship and of yours. We found a passenger who has snuck onto our ship and was messing with our readings and our systems. With further investigation, he has turned out to have been eaten from the inside out by worms. We're not sure how they function. It might be a hive mind or something like that. But he has currently spewed on the captains and possibly another mate, so they're in quarantine. But before that happened, he was getting a signal from your ship saying here, here, from your cargo bay. So you might have someone contaminated on your ship coming to pick up whatever this creature was.
That's a lot of information to process.
I'm very sorry, sir. We could send over any information that we find out about this. I have no idea how many of your staff may have been infected by what's going on, but whatever signal we were getting and being relayed, and can I check to see if it's still relaying on our ship?
A quick glance. It is still relaying.
So I'll run him through what to look for and I'll show him, like, if I can pan the camera over, like, this is what's happening. It's coming from your cargo bay and it's flashing back here.
You have initiated quarantine procedures aboard your vessel.
Yes, sir. That's why I'm addressing you, not our captain.
I understand. Stand by, please, First Officer.
Thank you.
He disengages. You have no idea what's happening on the other ship, but...
No clue.
Yes.
In the meantime, I'm going to
Yes.
ask Daisy to document what I'm doing, and I'm going to be relaying information vocally to Daisy as I'm working.
All right. So your observations of this worm indicate that the little bit of mucus that it's in, it seems to be absorbing it into itself. And after a good 10 minutes, it's run out of mucus. The worm starts to become lethargic. It starts to slow down. And eventually, it stops moving altogether. But there is no apparent head or tail. There are no openings. It's just this black tube of autonomously moving stuff.
Did I get any kind of brainwave patterns or any kind of like intelligence readings from it?
So the
Like
scanning.
on a human, you can do an EEG. Was there anything?
Sure.
I mean,
The
I'm an
s-
insect. I should know.
What you discover is that almost the entire length of it is a neuron with ganglia. This is effectively a single, almost brain cell. The rest
So-
is supporting organs to keep this primary thing alive.
So it's basically a brain-ish. Okay.
You think if you put a lot of them together, then you might start to get to some sort of collective. Yes.
Don't
Okay.
you have a hive mind, Rika?
Yes.
So
We
it would
do.
be something akin to like a lesser intelligent version of your species, correct?
Or potentially more intelligent, depending on the size.
That's very true.
Uh,
But if it sprayed its version in the captain, would that mean that it would start to reproduce and try to join him and Yellow to the collective hive mind?
not necessarily. It could just be a defensive poison or something. I will have to check.
Okay. And I will start sending any extra information over to the other ship.
Yellow's like, yes, I'm going to be one with God. I'm going to finish my examination of the worm, and then I'm going to go and check on Yellow and the captain to see if I can detect any foreign traces in them and any change in their biochemistry, any change in their brainwave patterns, anything basically that Daisy has on file, I will compare to their current state.
Rika, I would request a private word with you.
As you wish. I close my external communicator.
I am unable to determine whether or not the scan technology within this vessel is inaccurate, incapable, or whether the organism that was inhabiting Captain Zero is simply undetectable by my senses. I feel it is my responsibility that the captain appears to have had some kind of attack against him, and I was unable to detect the creature. Even in transprinting, I was unable to identify foreign matter within the Sagetti body. I have run
Did it-
scans on all of the logs that we have of the Sagetti, and there has been no change in bone density, in galvanic skin responses, or even, for that matter, in the weight of the subject since he came aboard.
So this creature is capable of mimicking another creature, even to a machine.
Admittedly, I had not yet run a scan on the Sagetti in the last few hours, since he was not in any position to be scanned. However, I would postulate perhaps that you are correct.
So we have no way of figuring out
Can
if
you
he's
detect this
detecting it.
worm at all?
With great difficulty, my senses are able to identify that there is a biological sample within the sample jar. As to the makeup and composition of that sample, I am unable to determine further.
Understood. So interestingly, it seems to be capable of avoiding detection by machine, but not by biological matter. That's an interesting evolutionary branch to go down.
I would
Mm,
postulate
Thank you.
that then would be a design.
It's my thought as well. Thank you, Daisy. I will continue with my examination. I will do
Oh,
my
wait,
best.
before you do that, what did Daisy tell you? Because we couldn't hear it. We just,
Yes.
Daisy requested a private conversation. I will respect that privacy.
okay.
Don't
So-
don't worry. I'm pretty sure God's going to take care of both of us, Captain. Don't worry about that at all.
Yeah. I also feel like, my mother told me that when you catch a cold, you need to eat sharp. That burns out everything out of the system. So I feel like one of your chilies is up.
Well, I can't leave this room because Nova's really scary. So here we are.
Well, but I feel like, Rika, you've run tests on us, right?
I'm about to.
Okay. Well then, go.
I'm going to take blood tests, and since Daisy likely isn't going to be able to assist because this thing avoids technology. I am instead going to try to use chemical testing. This is going to be a little bit experimental, but I'm basically what I'm going to try to do is to get the damn thing to betray its own biology. If I can, I'm not saying that's possible, but that's Rika's only idea when technology says nope.
All right, give me a medicine check. Yellow, you intervening in any way?
Yeah,
you
I'm
getting
gonna
excited?
approach Rika.
Natural 12. So that's a 12
Okay.
because I
Alright,
don't
well-
have anything.
I want to help you in some way. But I'm not
Okay.
trained, so never mind.
You're untrained in medicine?
I've been untrained in medicine this entire time. He just acts like he's trained in medicine.
He's just putting a lot of points into it.
Well,
Putting his back into it.
There you
There's
go.
two type of people. There's people who are actually good at the jobs and people who think they're good at their jobs.
That's right. That's right.
Yellow
that's
definitely
right.
The
thinks
power
he's
of
good.
faith.
Are you going to spend any points? Because you can roll, but you're going to need to get above 10.
Yeah, I'll spend points. I'm gonna move up to. I said, Rika, I think God probably goes for the brain and like gobbles that up first, and then hooks in since you said it's a ganglion, right? It hooks
Mhm.
into the neural network. Oh wait, this is way too much for Yellow. Hang on.
Oh, you just threw it off the table.
I'm taking it.
It's down the couch.
10.
Just to be clear, I did not spend any points because I don't have anything to
points
spend.
left.
I don't feel so good.
You got a 10?
I got a 10 plus 2, 12.
All right. So that gives you +2 to your original roll of 12.
So I stand
so
by that. I
14
think that
yeah.
they eat the brain first. That's why you couldn't detect them.
There we go. That's what you're standing by on. All right. You starting your tests, you're doing everything you possibly can. On who are you testing on? The captain.
Captain first.
All
yes.
right.
Because he's the, no offense, Yellow, but he's the most important person in this crew right now.
And we also knew he definitely got sprayed.
Yes.
He
that's
really is the most
True.
important person in the universe right
Oh
now.
no. Your
carrying the
scans
seed of
come
God.
back inconclusive. It's you. He bleeds.
Inconclusive, as in I can detect a change, but I can't tell what it
No,
is,
you
or I
can't-
can't detect anything.
He bleeds. His pupil dilation response is exactly what you would expect it to be. There's no elevated temperature. There's
No weird biochemistry going on.
there doesn't appear to be. Well, those tests take longer, but if you are doing some basic tests, I mean, right the way through, if you really want a urine sample, you can go in and check his sugar levels. But yeah, from the test that you can do in the space of 10 to 15 minutes, it's the captain. There is some strange residue that you find on his face that's like dust, but yeah, apart from a little crusting around the mucus of his the mucous membranes, it's just dust or whatever this thing
In that
spewed
case,
out.
I'm going to take a sample of the dust
Sure.
and a sample of his blood,
Okay.
and save that in the medical lab for further study. Then I'm going to
Okay.
do the same with Yellow.
All right.
So I assume he doesn't have dust on his face.
Well, Rika,
Yes,
are you done? I would like to wash my face.
sure.
Thank you.
Oh, the sacred unguents.
Wrong universe. I like it. All right.
And then I'm going to contact Nova and explain what I found and what I haven't found, and say that either I have to keep them here for several more hours and do my tests, or we're going to have to take a chance and say that it's fine. And if I
So-
find something later, I guess we're going to murder another worm creature.
Nova's wondering because I've seen that slugs with biology react really adversely to salt.
They do.
Potato chips.
I would ask Rika, or I would ask Stacy, how many slug species react adversely to salt?
Was it a slug or was it a caterpillar-like creature?
I think it's slugs that don't do well with it.
Well, slugs don't do well with salt, but the
No.
worm that you were looking at, it had a soft outer skin, and it was absorbing the mucus through its skin, which indicates a very thin outer membrane, which is one of the reasons that slugs have such issues with salt.
Right.
I would mention that to Rican, like, is there any way of figuring out if this stuff would react adversely to salt?
Are you
Potato chip
speaking
test.
about the Didoho or the worm?
The worm.
Well, we could first salt the worm before you start
Isn't
salting me.
I know, but isn't this a closed?
You're
I'm just
salty
like,
enough,
you
thank
don't
you.
know this yet, do you, Captain? Wasn't it a closed page,
'Cause
so you don't know what's happening?
It also could be that you just have him taste a potato chip and he doesn't like potato chips anyway. We know that he's infected and we got to kill him.
There you go. No, I will.
Here's
I
a
will.
question. When Miss Daisy does its readings, was it, if it did a scan because it couldn't register it, was it registering just a hole?
No, it was reading a Sagetti.
Okay, so it's not like we can just ask it to see if there's any version of holes missing in it.
Nope.
All
In
right,
order
let
to
me.
determine that, I would have had to have done a full medical scan when the Sagetti boarded the vessel, which was not done. The transponder logs indicate that the majority of the organs of the previous
Look.
Sagetti were complete.
Nova, if that makes you feel better, we can have Daisy monitor me because we now have a scan of me.
Yeah.
And whenever holes are starting to appear in me, Daisy can warn us.
Okay. I'm
And you
gonna
can
also
put me
relay
back
this.
into quarantine.
I'm going to also relay this. Well, if it's sentient and we let it out, it could literally infect any of us, and we wouldn't know to put it into quarantine because we don't know how it breeds. It could make little baby princes of whatever breed this thing is and infect us all.
I want to be clear that we do not know, as you say, how this spreads. The
Exactly, and I do not want to
spray-
catch earwig
the spray
worms.
that the captain
It's so
took
nasty.
could just be an attack. We do not know if it's actually reproduction.
But
Yeah.
the problem with an attack also is we don't know if it took off its mask to do something to the captain, and if it didn't spread it, then what has it done to the captain? Like, is it going to slowly corrode him? Is he going to catch a fever? Is he going to die? Like, whatever attack it is, it must have been hoping to do it in a relative speed, because otherwise we're going to attack it back. Like, what's the point of taking off your mask, spewing, and putting
Well-
the mask back on? Because someone's going to be like, "The fuck? Why are you spitting on me?" Like,
Yeah.
there has
So-
to be something that's happening.
I can tell
that
you what
did.
did not happen.
Your face didn't corrode
Face-
off.
Well, yes, and it didn't trigger any transactions. So although I was hoping that he might spit onto the data pad to send us the money, it just didn't went through.
I don't think it
there-
had any money.
Not to freak all y'all out, but I just had a quick thought gander that maybe God's in the dwarves too.
But they were in completely different ships.
Yeah, but they also had a saboteur on their ship as well.
Daisy, scan the dwarves. I'm gonna go message the captain of the other ship.
Just gonna lock this ship down.
I'm like,
See you
I'm
guys
just like,
later.
can you transport me somewhere else?
Nova.
I don't want to be here anymore.
Nova, just before you contact the other ship,
Yes,
if
Captain?
I would be the captain of that ship, there is this certain point where it's easier to blow us up because we are so infected that it's easier to just get rid of Miss Daisy than to help us. So just we've got them the information they need. Now let's play it cool.
Yes, but they're also contaminated, so we might be in the same situation, because if it's the same thing, they might just blow themselves up, and I don't think that's going to happen. So I think it might be better if we all work together as a team.
Yeah, I feel like we're a transporter. We're a freight transporter, not a scientific vessel. We can only
They're
do
a
so
cargo
much.
ship.
I should also like to point out, First Officer, that I'm unable to run deep scans on the Dwarvashians unless they are in medical facility. That's the same for you as well, Captain. I can monitor your vital sounds, but to do deep scans, I would require you to remain within medical.
Nope.
We're also
I
being
can-
hailed by
but
the
I-
Admiral ship.
I can come back every, I don't know, every morning and every afternoon or every evening, and we can do follow-up checks here. Look, I don't want to
6
play
hours.
with my life. But I feel like we have more urgent issues. I know that I am myself. I think Yellow kind of sees something in me that neither of us does. But
You just don't know yet, Captain. Don't
But
worry.
the problem is, you wouldn't know if you were infected.
Psychology
You
check,
would say that you're not infected.
I'm just going to do a
And
psychology
if
check on him.
you,
Gotcha.
we won't straight up know. You are the one.
I think the captain, disappointingly, is just fine.
Captain, I think we don't have anything really more pressing right now, other than what exactly is happening at this moment. Like, we don't have a prince on our ship. We don't have the two sides coming at us right now. We just have these Brenians who have the exact same problem as us. I think it's safer for you to remain in the medical bay to figure out what the heck has been happened to you, because infected or not, they did something to you, and you're important to us, and we need to know what that is so we can help you.
well,
And I
then
think-
at least would you let Rika get out of there, because you are
Rika's
out.
fine. Yeah, she's in her own exosuit.
You're out there alone, and you should check on the Dwarvesians as well. So Yellow and I will stay in here, unless the situation requires us to assist you. And Miss Daisy, do we have we have monitors in here, right?
Yeah, I can see you.
Yeah.
I'm looking at you, the camera.
Yeah, okay. So Miss Daisy, can you access my personal playlist? I want to continue the episode I was watching. Yellow, I think you might like the show. Just
Captain, I actually have a better
time.
idea. We could just slap fight for the next 2 hours until we're rendered unconscious. And
and
then
I'm looking up to
Yeah.
you.
He's
Like I'm
joking.
like, no.
okay, well, we could try my cooking then. I could cook for you in here. There's a bunch of gels I can combine together. I'm sure we can get something tasty going on. If the worm doesn't like,
If that keeps you
salt,
busy, fine.
I can make
Cook-
potato
cooks,
chips,
Yeah, that sounds great.
and then you would
let's
eat one. And if you didn't like one, then you would not be infected. Wait, well, you would be infected. Oh man, this is real hard.
yeah. Well,
Well,
it would
we
also
are
mean
being
that
hailed by the Admiral ship again.
Yes, exactly.
I will be back in a second. Well, I'm going to cut off all communications from that room, and then go like, Miss Daisy, just you and I. Is there a way of retracting the captain's override protocols in case something does happen to him and he tries to override the system?
Mutiny.
I don't want to. I'm worried something's going to happen.
Sounds like mutiny to me.
This
That
ship
sounds
is
like-
cursed.
There are two clauses in which the captain might be overridden by a junior officer. The first is if the captain has been rendered unconscious, unable to perform his duties, or is deemed medically unfit. This would require
Excuse me,
the
Captain.
This would require for the captain to be in the medical bay under heavy sedation, or to simply be dead. Alternatively, the captain, if he disembarks from the vessel, automatically control is rendered to the first officer. From the first officer, it is transferred to the helm. From helm, it is transferred to engineering.
Then I would pose to you, Daisy, that the captain is currently in the medical bay and can no longer perform his duties, and is medically unfit currently to remain as captain, and I would like you to revoke his override protocols.
Unfortunately, I would have to ask the captain if he is fit for duty. Based on his responses, I would then determine whether or not he is fit for duty.
Can I have a second in the crew that would also attest to the one who's treating the captain to also override it?
This would require at least 2 members of the crew to be present in my AI call. Once there, indicate that you wish to assume control of the vessel. I will then provide you with control over the vessel, should the captain not be able to override it.
Okay, can you put Rika on that? That would be 2.
That would be sufficient, but the
All right,
captain must not be able to override the command.
All right, I'm gonna page Rika. I'm having a problem with the admiral up here. Can I talk to you for a second? Since you're the only other person I can do. Captain, I'm doing my best. I'm sorry, Captain Ohu.
Did she sound nervous to you?
As
I
you
feel
wish.
like she sounded nervous to me.
But to be
Probably.
fair, I am very bad in social
Probably-
situations.
probably
I probably
really.
would sound very nervous
Yeah,
anyway.
it's probably the admiral. He came on hot and heavy on you. I can only imagine what he would say to Nova. She's really scary, and that's
Well, Nova, if you have problems with the Admiral, I'm still capable of talking to him. Why don't you relay him down here?
Sure, if you would like to speak with him, but I'm probably still also need Rika for dealing with the coordinates right now, because now I don't know where we're supposed to go, if we're supposed to go somewhere.
Captain.
Well,
Sometimes when you hit a barrel too many times, it bursts open. I'm just saying.
yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
gonna go up.
Perfect.
You're gonna go up.
Before
and-
Rika, before you leave, I would like to just stop you for a second and say, Rika, I feel like we're getting in a situation here. Have a close look at Nova. I know that she's trying to do good, and I know she's trying to maintain the situation here. But I'm personally relying on you to make sure that this ship stays safe and that we don't have a terrible mess of a confusion here because Nova is doing bad calls here.
Till I hate you. Okay.
And on
Yeah,
that note,
yep.
we'll be back next week when this continues. Oh my goodness. Oh my.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry, Till.
No,
I was
this
just
is brilliant.
I was like,
Loyalty
"Yes,
cascade."
He is.
This is mind games.
All I can think of is like mind flayers and bugs because we do it in his game, and I was like, shit, because it's done something to you. So I'm like, well, if it does affect him the way it did with the Sajeti, and it can't read it, it can do anything it wants because you're the captain.
Look, just to let you know, if it has done something to me, Yellow believes that I'm his god, and Rika owes her life to me, which just
Oh.
leaves you alone in the helm
But
Yep.
Rika's also an intelligent
with
being.
probably 2 Dlaveshian zombies going through the ship.
I thought there was 3. No, there was 2 and 3 of the Sajets. Yeah.
Yeah. See,
Well,
Well,
you're going to have a very
God.
cool game next week.
Oh my god. I'm just like, this is my worst nightmare. This is my worst nightmare.
I got you covered. Don't worry.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, well, there you go.
I'm gonna
Night
just
Ball.
jettison myself out into space and be like, screw you all, I'm on my own little boat.
Oh, dear, oh,
I
dear.
might straight up do that. It might be an escape mission for Nova. Who knows?
We'll be back.
Nova's just like,
See
"Fuck
you
this
next
shit,
week.
I'm out.
Whoa!
Bye. Turns